Jam is an experience like no other. A phenomenon that is trending across the world. Born from raw power. Driven by fearless competitors. Strength is measured in horsepower. And emotions that are pushed to their edge. But the true force, the spark that ignites it all, is you, the fans.
You are the roar that pushes us to drive harder and go higher. We need your energy. So get up, get loud.
Every clap,
every cheer.
This is your house.
this is your moment. We can feel it.
We can hear you.
OKC, Oklahoma, are you ready?
I said, are you ready?
Oklahoma City,
Are you ready?
You ready for Monster Jam?
OKC, this is Monster Jam!
Oklahoma City, welcome to Monster Jam! And we're kicking it off with our very first competition full of so much adrenaline, JCB Racing, where our 8 superstars were seeded into a bracket earlier today by a random draw. We start out with 8, then we get down to 4 semifinalists, but we're looking for those fastest 2 that want those 8 crucial points towards the BKT Overall Event Championship here this afternoon. So OKC, who's ready for JCB Racing?
Introducing your first racer from Lafayette, Louisiana. Let's hear it for Blake Granger in Monster Mutt Dalmatian. And his opponent from Williamsport, Maryland. Let's hear it for Matt Cody in Gravedigger. 2 titans of the racetrack looking to battle it out as we get the 4 amber lights and go on green. Oh! Little restart here. we need to restage. Now, both these two competitors are in the top of the series, so these points could be huge for the season as they go on green. As we have to go to the replay to see which one of these two racers came across the line first. And it was as close as it could be, but Monster Mutt Dalmatian gets the edge and moves on to the semifinals. Matt Cody, an early out is going to sting as we continue through the BKT Overall Event Championship. But the first round continues as we introduce our next racer, starting from Rockport, Texas. Give it up for Alex Barden in Earthshaker. And his opponent from Huntington, West Virginia, make some noise for Cliff Turner in Velociraptor. Alex Barden, one of the best winning percentages on the season in racing. We'll see if Velociraptor can upset Earthshaker continues to rock and roll as we take a look back through here. Alex Barden wins 68.75% of the time he's on that track and continues to do so with that win there. Moves on to the semifinals. Well, he'll have to face Monster Mutt Dalmatian, our two winningest racers, having to go at it on the track in JCB Racing. And again, this is where the points can really sway throughout the event. And the heavy hitters can sometimes get hit, and we'll see if that happens next up. As we get from Oak Harbor, Washington, Carson Williams, Thunder Roris. And his opponent from Whittier, California. Let's hear it for Armando Castro in El Toro Loco. Armando is undefeated against Carson. We'll see if the Crazy Bull can keep that streak alive, or if Thunder Roris can overcome the odds and finally beat the Bull. And yet another very close competition. We got to go to the replay, folks. We'll see here as both trucks get to the line. But by the length of a bullhorn, El Toro Loco able to make it to the semifinals. As we see the leaderboard there, we have 3 semifinalists. We need one more. In a pivotal race here, Jurassic Attack in the top 3 in the series. A win here would help. A loss here would be devastating. So much on the line. As we introduce our drivers first, give it up for Tim Hall Jr. in Jurassic Attack. And his opponent from Fullerton, California. Let's hear it for Ashley Sanford, Megalodon. Megalodon with one of the fastest driving speeds on land here. But will it translate? Let's see. And your winner, Ashley Sanford in Megalodon. As we take a look back here, as mentioned, Ashley Sanford has a background in racing, putting it here to the test in the JCB Racing competition. Let's take a look back at how we got here on the brackets. Monster Mutt Dalmatian getting past Gravedigger in a pivotal matchup. Could have been a finals, but Dalmatian got the lead there. Earthshaker, historically one of our fastest trucks. No surprise there, getting to the second round. El Toro Loco getting past Thunder Roarus in a nail-biter of a race. And Megalodon getting by Jurassic Attack in a result that will play a pivotal role in the series points as we continue on through the season. But now it's time to figure out who our finalists are going to be as we start the next round.
Okay, C, welcome to the semifinal round of JCB Racing. We started out with 8 superstars and now we're down to the fastest 4. But we need to find out which of those 4 is the fastest 2 to get to those 8 crucial points towards the BKT Overall Event Championship here this afternoon. So, OKC, who's ready for more JCB Racing?
Introducing our first racers, Alex Barden in Earthshaker and Blake Granger, Monster Mutt Dalmatian. These two are familiar opponents as they take it out to see who's the next finalist. And your winner, Earthshaker. As we see here, Monster Mutt Dalmatian losing control around the curve. Alex Barden with an almost 70% win ratio, making it to the finals yet again. He's found himself in this position many times before, but we have one finalist. It's time to figure out who our next finalist will be. As we introduce our drivers, first, let's give it up for Ashley Sanford in Megalodon. And her opponent, Armando Castro in El Toro Loco. Who will our second finalist be as these two battle it out and go on green? And your winner, El Toro Loco. As we see here, Megalodon hitting the turn pole. That is a penalty and a disqualification. So El Toro Loco moves on to the finals. And we get a matchup for the ages and for the first 8 points in our finals.
Oklahoma City, we made it to the final round of JCB Racing. We started out with 8 incredible superstars, and now we're down to the fastest 2. And who out of the 2 will get the first 8 crucial points towards the BKT Overall Event Championship? Well, OKC, who's ready to meet your JCB Racing final contenders?
Introducing first, Alex Barden in Earthshaker. And his opponent, let's hear it for Armando Castro in El Toro Loco. 2 of the fastest competitors in Arena Series West, battling it out for those first 8 points. We go on green. And your winner, Earthshaker. Take a look back. As we take a look and we see Alex Barden in a very familiar situation, getting the win in the JCB Racing, locking in those first 8 points. And Alex Barden, I know he's feeling good after that win. Racing has been one of his strengths this season, and what a way to kick off today's event with that win. And you know what, OKC, I want to hear from our JCB winner, so I'm going to send things down to Karina Encarnacion to get a few words.
Man, oh man, the fastest dump truck in Monster Jam. It's Alex Barden, Earthshaker! Definitely the fastest. I don't think I've ever seen a Monster Jam truck cut these corners as fast as you did and still have that control, because the track looked very, very slick.
Yeah, you know, it was a difficult track today. It was slick in places and tacky in others. You really needed to know how to read the dirt. I don't know if you guys saw me before the event. I actually walked the track. I do that before every single event to know where the slick spots are, where the tacky spots are. You know, it's paid off this weekend. We're 2 for 3 in racing, which is incredible. You know, everybody here at Monster Jam is so good. They're so fast, you know, and any one of these guys or girls out here could win at any given day. I'm just a kid out here from a small town in Texas living a dream, man. This is what I wanted to do since I was 4 years old. I was just like every single one of you kids in the stands here at the Paycom Center, man. My mom and dad took me to my first event when I was 4 years old. My mom and dad are here today watching that 4-year-old kid, their son, winning JCB Racing and Monster Jam. I'm living proof that dreams come true when you work hard and never give up, guys. It doesn't matter what you want to do. If you got a dream, pursue it, work hard, never take no as an answer, because good things happen to good people, and I'm living proof of that. So never give up, guys. Dream big, because dreams do come true, baby. Thank you, OKC. You guys are amazing.
hitting that popper on the pod. One attempt remaining. Matt Cody showing us how it's done to kick things off in the two-wheel skills challenge. He does have another attempt. What else does he have up his sleeve? As he lines up to the pod, what does he have in store?
He's digging graves and taking names. It's Matt Cody, Gravedigger. And now, Oklahoma City, your time to shine has come. We need your help to determine what the score will be. So get out your smartphones, scan that QR code, and head on over to judgeszone.com. You will enter the code OKC and click the yellow submit button. As soon as you see that BKT tire on your screen, you're going to slide it up or down to the number of your choosing and lock your scores in now. You have 20 seconds to get those scores locked in.
Matt Cody showing us just how good he is in the two-wheel skills challenge. The scores are locked, and the score for Gravedigger is 8.331 to set the tone for the two-wheel skills challenge. And as I was saying here, you look at Matt Cody and the way he's able to pop Gravedigger up onto the pod so effortlessly, and then as he backs it up and moonwalks it back off the ramp, able to continue it with a combo that a lot of drivers would have simply lost control of, but able to make the most of it and continue that run. And next up, give it up for Cliff Turner in Velociraptor. Cliff Turner looking to stake a claim in the two-wheel skills challenge as he approaches the pod. Getting lined up for that perfect Velociraptor strike. With a little popper and a nose job. Velociraptor walking it back down. And in Monster Jam, they say the best way to get a new hood is to ruin the one you have. Cliff Turner looking to get a little upgrade after today. Doing that just for you fans here in OKC. As he lines up, what other maneuver does Cliff Turner have? Thinks better of it, decides to realign for that second attempt. Wants to follow up that popper moonwalk with something big here.
Bringing the carnage to the competition, it's Cliff Turner, Velociraptor. Now remember, Oklahoma City, you have 20 seconds to get your scores locked in, so scan the QR code on the video board.
Cliff Turner's at a spot in this series where it's all about those big moments, those highlight reel moments. And I think that's something we're all going to be looking back on is that moment after that moonwalk popper with the hood getting busted off the front of that Monster Jam truck. Not able to follow it up with that second maneuver, but we'll see how it comes out here. The scores are locked. The score is 4.412 for Velociraptor. I think seeing what happens when that second attempt didn't quite go off the way Cliff Turner wanted it to, but still a valiant first effort from Cliff Turner on that popper. As we move on to our next competitor, Carson Williams, Thunder Roris. Look at that combination from Carson Williams, Thunder Roris, stoppy, and then come back up into a popper on the pod. One more attempt remaining, and Carson wasting no time, getting right into it.
The apex predator bouncing on the nose. It's Carson Williams, Thunder Roris. Okay, see, you know what to do. Scan that QR code and head on over to judgeszone.com.
Carson Williams is one of the guys who's really been doing a lot of good things here in the two-wheel skills challenge. You saw there that combo to kick things off, showing that he can keep things moving and shaking during two-wheel skills, but then following it up with that popper on the pod shows that he also can have that technical execution. Just like the execution on those dance moves. The scores are locked. Score to beat 8.331. Let's see if it was enough to get it done. $8.902 for that gorgeous Saurus Thunder Roris, taking the number one spot so far. Again, look at this, that beautiful combination of the stoppy into the popper, reverse popper up onto the pod, and then following it up with this popper, showing the control that Thunder Roris has. Great run, but as we continue on, we have Tim Hall Jr. in Jurassic Attack. Look, Ma, no hands. If you look up at the video board, you can see inside while doing that stoppie, Tim Hall Jr. not even using his hands and still keeping that Triceratops straight up and down. The technical skills of two-wheel Tim completely unmatched. Tim, you threw out the steering wheel. Tim, what are you doing? Ladies and gentlemen, no steering wheel needed. Look inside the screen.
The Triceratops getting twisted on the track. Tim Hall Jr., Jurassic Attack. Remember, OKC, you have 20 seconds. Get those scores locked in now.
Tim Hall Jr., what were you thinking throwing that steering wheel out the window while you were in the middle of the move? Did you see that? OKC! That's bringing the lightning and the thunder. Score to beat 8-9-0-2. And the score for Tim Hall Jr. and Jurassic Attack is 9.375, breaking that 9-point plane and taking the new #1 spot in the rankings for the two-wheel skills challenge so far in this event. Now, folks, I am getting word that we do have an update on one of our trucks, I believe Monster Mutt Dalmatian. I'm going to send things over to our pit reporter, Karina Encarnacion. Karina, what are you hearing?
Well, as you can all see, Monster Mutt Dalmatian is missing out on the track. He left after that bit of a blunder he had in JCB Racing. What happened was that they are swapping out the transmission. It is already in place in Monster Mutt Dalmatian, but the team is working fiercely to make sure that he can make it back out for the two-wheel skills challenge. So keep those fingers crossed for Monster Mutt Dalmatian. We still got a lot more two-wheel skills coming your way.
And your next competitor, OKC, let's hear it for Alex Barden in Earthshaker. Popper on top of the pod. One more attempt remaining for Earthshaker. Alex Barden has just mastered the geometry of the two right angles all around that truck as it stands straight up. Doesn't matter how much that earth shakes, he can hold it in place as long as he needs to. lining it up. What does Alex Barton have in store?
Doing a handstand on his front BKT tires, it's Alex Barton, Earthshaker. Scoring is now open at judgeszone.com. Use the code OKC and lock your scores in now.
The technical mastery that Alex Barton has over that truck cannot be overstated. And I got to assume the only way to get hair like that is to be able to keep it upside down as long as Alex Barton can do that. Because he's the only one doing that, and he's the only one with that incredible hair. Okay, see, let's hear it for him. Scores are locked. Score for Earthshaker is 7.964. A respectable score there to put him currently in 4th place so far. But OKC, I've been told our next driver has something they would like to say to you.
Scoring is now open for Armando Castro, El Toro Loco. Remember, OKC, you have 20 seconds, so get those scores locked in now.
Listen, you don't get a name like the Crazy Bull without trying some crazy maneuvers. Armando Castro moonwalking it back up the ramp and doing a little dance at the top there. Folks, this is what happens when you give your all to an event like the Two Wheel Skills Challenge. Armando Castro, one of the very best to do it. Scores are locked in, and the score for El Toro Loco is 5.259. Enough for 5th place so far in the competition. But let's hear it again for Armando Castro, everyone, for that incredible attempt. And that one's going to have a lot of dividends here in the Two Wheel Skills Challenge as we take a quick look up at the leaderboard. Jurassic Attack still in 1st place with that 9.375. The only competitor to get over 9 points so far in the Two Wheel Skills competition. But right behind him, Thunder Roris with that 8.9. And Gravedigger, 8.331. Earthshaker, 7.964. El Toro Loco, as we saw just now, 5.259. And Velociraptor, 4.412. But OKC, we got more for you. So I need to hear you get loud for Ashley Sanford in Megalodon. Oklahoma City. I think it's time for us to play a little game. I want to see how perceptive you are as we do the two-wheel skills challenge, because you got to be able to look for things. So we're going to see just how good you are at keeping your eyes on the prize. Take a look up at the big screen. We have what we call the St. Jude's Helmet Shuffle. What we're going to do is we're going to take 3 helmets and put a trophy under one of them. Then we're going to shake them all around. And you got to tell me which one of these helmets has the trophy underneath it. Now, we're all going to answer together. So, let's hear it. Which one? Nope, not yet. You got to keep watching as it moves around. Round and round they go. Where they stop, nobody knows. Presented by St. Jude. So, Paycom Center, let's see which one. Before we answer, who says it's under number 1? Who says it's under number 2? Oh, that's a pretty popular answer. Who says it's under number 3? Well, there's only one way to find out. Okay, see, we got to move these helmets. It's not under number 3. Not under number 1. It's under number 2, OKC. So you guys got it all right in our St. Jude Helmet Shuffle. And speaking of St. Jude, I just want to remind everyone that we are a proud partner of St. Jude. And if you scan the code here on the screen, you can be a part of helping to make lives better. Every penny donated today goes to St. Jude and helps them in their cause. But you also have a little fun with it. We do have what we call the St. Jude Ambassador of the event. So when you make a donation, you get to put it towards the name of your favorite driver and your favorite truck. And we figure out which one of the drivers was able to raise the most money at the end of the event. Something we always like to say is no matter what you donate, it can help. So whether you donate $10, $5, $1, 50 cents, a penny, it all goes to save lives. St. Jude, scan the code now. Popper onto the pod from Ashley Sanford. Megalodon kicking off her two-wheel skills run with that popper. She has one more attempt remaining. We'll see what Ashley Sanford brings with her second and final attempt as he chomps in to this pod. Scoring is now open. Lock those scores in now for Ashley Sanford in Megalodon. We saw that big sky wheelie. Ashley Sanford loves taking a bite out of the sky, and she does it better than just about anybody as you guys scan that code. And we take a look at Ashley Sanford coming out to say hi. Let's show her those jaws of life, everyone. Let's do the Megalodon together as we lock in those scores. The scores are locked, and the score for Ashley Sanford Megalodon is 7.794, taking the fifth place spot so far in the competition. As we take a look back here, as Ashley Sanford, she hits this popper up on the pod to kick things off and moonwalks it just a little bit before coming and hitting that signature move, the big air from Megalodon, Sky Wheelie. But it's time for our final competitor two-wheel skills challenge. Let's hear it for Blake Granger, Monster Mutt Dalmatian. He's waving those back tires at you, Oklahoma. Let's wave back to him. A big combo and a little trash talk for that first attempt here in two-wheel skills. What does Blake Granger have in store for us next? 11 two-wheel skills wins so far this season. Can he make it 12? Scoring is open. Lock them in. And let's hear it for Blake Granger, Monster Mutt Dalmatian. Blake Granger, let's hear it for him, everyone. I mean, just giving you a taste of everything there you could ever want. Moonwalking it up the pod and then stopping and basking in the spotlight for a little bit. Scores are locked. Score to beat Jurassic Attack, 9.375. The score for Blake Granger, Monster Mutt Dalmatian, is 9.517. Your winner, Blake Granger, Monster Mutt Dalmatian. I mean, what more could you ask for from a two-wheel skills challenge? Blake Granger getting up on any combination you want him to on those BKT tires, even revving that engine right in front of Earthshaker, saying this is my yard. And Blake Granger, I think we're going to hear from you a lot the rest of this season, but I want to hear from you again. Karina Encarnacion, let's hear it for him.
Blake Granger, what a way to make a comeback after that tumultuous JCB Racing run. The pup has a brand new heart. What is the strategy? Is it feeling better now that it has that new transmission?
100%, man. When we lined up against Gravedigger, we lost first gear, and I radioed to my crew chief. I said, man, we're just going to take off in second, see what we could do. Man, we beat Gravedigger, which is not easy to do. And then we went out for the second round against Earthshaker. One of my good friends, Alex, man. Me and him are definitely the fastest two guys in this building. And, man, when I came around that first turn, I just wanted to go as fast as I could because I knew I didn't have the power to get off the line. And I just didn't let off the throttle. I stayed floored the whole time and spun out. But, hey, it happens. But you know what's amazing is these UNOH technicians took me back there and in less than 15 minutes pulled the transmission out, put a brand new one in, just for this beautiful puppy dog to come out here and get you guys on your feet for the two-wheel skills challenge. What did you guys think, Cloud City? Let me hear you. But hey, we still got the best competition yet to come. And I am a freestyle world champion for one reason. And now that I know I got a brand new transmission that's gonna lay 1,500 horsepower straight to this Oklahoma City dirt, I promise you guys, I am gonna tear that puppy dog straight into the ground. And I want every one of you guys on your feet, experiencing it with your kids, having fun. That's what Monster Jam's all about, baby. And I got one question for you. And hey, I want to hear you guys barking. Where my dog's at? Ooh, ooh.
Monster Jam fans, let me hear you make some noise for freestyle motocross.
That is right, OKC. Make some noise for freestyle motocross. These four superstars are going to take to the skies and do 3 warm-up laps. And of course, we only have one rule here at Monster Jam. The louder you get, the higher they fly. So let's get ready to meet our amazing superstars, getting ready to warm up for the Best Trick competition. And here we're going to get to meet them one by one. First one to the ramp, Taylor Eddins. Our next rider, make some noise, Cody McDonough. Our third rider, Dean Pate. And last but not least, Jared LaRue. So what do you say, OKC? Make some noise for freestyle motocross. Got a bit of a running man there from Dean Pates. Yeah, 2 more laps to go. Make some noise. Cliffhanger from Taylor Eddins. We've got a whip from Cody McDonough. Another cliffhanger from Dean Pates. Double-handed seat grab, Jared LaRue. We're on our last round. Make some noise! Very nice. Now we have all of our riders all warmed up. So Oklahoma City, I got a question for you. Do you want some more? When more is what you're gonna get, because it's time for the Best Trick competition of freestyle motocross, where our 4 superstars will take to the skies and fly from one side of the arena to the other, giving you their best stylish trick. And we're gonna need your help to determine who will win the Best Trick competition by using those smartphones and heading over to judgeszone.com, locking in your score for each one of our superstars. So OKC, who's ready for the Best Trick competition?
Introducing your first competitor from Marietta, California. Let's hear it for Taylor Eddins.
Let's get those scores locked in for Taylor Eddins. Kicking off our best trick competition the best way he knows how, head on over to judgeszone.com and lock your scores for him now.
Kicking off is right. Look at him kick those feet out and up away from the bike while up in the air. An incredible maneuver and daring as well. As we lock in those scores. Scores are locked for Taylor Eddins, and the score is 7.930 to set the stage for our best trick competition.
And our next competitor from Ravensdale, Washington. Let's hear it for Cody McDonough.
Let's make some noise for Cody McDonough with an incredibly quiet backflip. Head on over to judgeszone.com and lock your scores for him now.
Hitting that backflip, you mentioned quiet because of the electric start bar bike that he rides. Still able to get that thing upside down and land it perfectly clean on that back ramp. Scores are locked. Score for Cody McDonough is
8.199, new leader in our best trick competition. And the next rider from Paso Robles, California. Let's hear it for Dean Pate.
Put your hands together for Dean Pate with that amazing running man backflip, a bit of a variation. Head on over to judgeszone.com and let him know what you thought of his variation backflip compared to Cody's.
Listen, doing the running man on the dance floor is dangerous, but doing it upside down on a motorcycle, that's absolutely nuts. Dean Pate finding a way to pull it off here in OKC. Scores are locked, and the score for Dean Pate is breaking the 9-point plane and taking the #1 spot with a 9.226. And our final competitor from Phoenix, Arizona, let's hear it for Jared LaRue.
Let's make some noise for Jared LaRue with an incredible whip. Head on over to judgeszone.com and get your scores locked in for Jared LaRue.
Whip it real good. That's what Jared LaRue does. Finding a way to get that motorcycle to point the opposite direction of the way it's supposed to and still get it back on track to land it cleanly with that whip. Scores are locked. The score for Jared LaRue is 8.939. Good enough for second. That means your winner of the best trick competition, Dean Pate.
Congratulations, Dean Pate. But OKC, we're not done yet. Do you want some more? Well, you're in luck, because it's time for the grand finale of Freestyle Motocross, where 4 superstars will take to the skies, flying from one side of the arena to the other in a single file train formation. Remember, the louder you get, the higher they fly. They're off the ramp. Here we go. with a nice whip train, a good way to get us started. Now, OKC, we've heard it all weekend. You are called Loud City, so I want you to be so loud you blow the roof off of the Paycom Center. I want all of Oklahoma to hear you. They're coming up to the ramp. Blow the roof off. Let Oklahoma hear you. Pretty good. Now remember, you're Loud City, so as loud as you can. One more time. One more time. Let him hear you. Okay, see, you have lived up to the name. You asked nicely. Here you go. One more time. Let's give it up for Freestyle Motocross.
OKC, let's up one more time for your superstars of freestyle motocross.
There they go, one more time. Taylor Adams, Cody McDonough, Jared LaRue, and then of course, your Best Trick competition winner, Dean Pate. Now, Dean Pate, it seems like you can do backflips in your sleep, but now you started adding variations to it. How many variations are there to a backflip?
Man, honestly, you can make up to like 3 variations with a backflip. That one was just a double variation with the backflip with the Indian air. We call that the backflip Indian air. That trick took me about a year to perfect. Sometimes they're really good, sometimes they're bad. But Oklahoma City, what'd you guys think of that trick?
And now coming back from an injury, how has your body been reacting now that you've been back on the bike?
Yeah, like she said, I've been off the bike now for about I'd say a month. This is my first show back here in Oklahoma City. I had a broken collarbone and I'm back, I'm sore, but I'm having fun out here. You fans make it awesome being as loud as you are. So thank you, Monster Jam fans, for showing up here in Oklahoma City.
There you have it, your Best Trick competition winner, Dean Pate. We have reached the pinnacle of the afternoon. This is Monster Jam Freestyle. OKC, it's a flying shark. Make some noise for Ashley Sanford, Megalodon. Scoring is now open at judgeszone.com. Remember, you have 20 seconds to get your scores locked in.
Big air Ashley Sanford taken to the skies and flying across the pod. That's how you do it to end a freestyle run. All or nothing, no risk it, no biscuit. The scores are locked, Ashley Sanford and Megalodon, and the score is 8.046 for Ashley Sanford and Megalodon, locking in that starting point for our freestyle competition with a great score. Again, Ashley Sanford giving it her all and giving it everything to kick things off with this freestyle competition. And again, Ashley Sanford, she saw it was the last competition of the event. And let's see those big Megalodon jaws from everyone in the crowd after that run there. Let's see them.
Now, I'm standing by with two very important guests here at Monster Jam, and they're going to help tell us who is coming up next. Can you tell us who it is?
Coming up next is who we refer to as the Monster Truck King since he was 2 years old. This kid lives and breathes, and this is it, guys. I am honored he's here. I am grateful to Monster Jam that he sees in our son what we've always seen. So we'd like to introduce Alex Barden in Earthshaker.
Put your hands together for Alex Barden, Earthshaker. Remember, scoring is now open. You have 20 seconds to get your scores locked in for Earthshaker.
Earthshaker Alex Bard in front of mom and dad, laying down a freestyle run. He is currently with the score here, could put himself in first place in the BKT overall event standings, and a win in freestyle would lock it for him. This score means the lot. The scores are locked. Score to beat is 8.046, and the score for Alex Barden and Earthshaker is 8.056, enough to currently put him in first place in freestyle and currently put him in first place in the BKT overall event standings. We'll see if he can hold on to that score as we continue. But Oklahoma City, I wanted to reach out one last time and let everyone know you can scan the code now and donate to St. Jude. As mentioned, we have our St. Jude Ambassadors program where you can donate in the name of one of our drivers. We can figure out which one of those drivers collects the most donations throughout the event. Remember, every penny goes to St. Jude. The drivers don't keep any of it. It all goes to helping families. And we have a pretty big goal here. We had $2,000 we need to get to by the end of today. And that means if everyone here donated just $1, we would not only hit our goal, but we would be able to help families who need it more than ever. Scan the code now, donate to St. Jude. You can make a difference here tonight in Oklahoma City. And coming up next in freestyle, make some noise for Tim Hall Jr. in Jurassic Attack.
Let's make some noise for Tim Hall Jr., Jurassic Attack. Time to get those scores locked in. Head on over to judgeszone.com. Use the code OKC.
Tim Hall Jr. throwing his hands up after that freestyle run, where he took advantage of the entire track, all the ramps. As he looks like he's saying he wanted to go for that that backflip, but scores are locked. The score to beat, 8.056. Score for Jurassic Attack, Tim Hall Jr. is 7.957, currently putting him in third place in the freestyle competition. We take a look back here, getting that big air early on, diving across the pod there, and going a little old school with some donuts there to kick the dust up. Always a crowd pleaser. But we move on to our next competitor, and that is Cliff Turner, Velociraptor.
Let's make some noise for Cliff Turner, Velociraptor. If you would like to help out our prehistoric carnivore, head on over to judgeszone.com and lock your scores in now.
Cliff Turner doing a great job of taking advantage of the entire track and looking to have a lot of fun out there during that freestyle run. Giving a wave to everyone here in Oklahoma City. Let's give him a wave back and make some noise for Cliff Turner, everybody. The scores are locked, and the score for Velociraptor is 7.753, locking in the 4th place so far in the competition. And we have a great announcement for you all here in Oklahoma. Monster Mutt Dalmatian, officially your St. Jude ambassador of the event, collecting the most donations towards St. Jude. Now, just because the St. Jude ambassador of the event is done does not mean you can't continue to donate to St. Jude and help an incredible cause. But for now, let's hear from Monster Mutt Dalmatian, Blake Granger, our St. Jude ambassador of the event. Oklahoma City, you know what that means. It's time for that black and green wrecking machine. Matt Cody, Gravedigger. And what is he looking to do here?
One foot in the gas and one in the grave. Matt Cody, Gravedigger. Scoring is now open. You have 20 seconds to get your scores locked in for Gravedigger.
Okay, see, we just saw a freestyle from the one and only Matt Cody, Gravedigger. And it was peak black and green wrecking machine. Matt Cody, I know you're feeling good about that one. And I think everyone here in OKC is feeling good too. The scores are locked. Score to beat is 8-0-5-6. But the score for Matt Cody and Gravedigger is 1 9.532. Look at this Morgan and Morgan backflip. And a classic grave digger run. Getting that truck upside down and then throwing a chunk of the pod out just for good measure. Matt Cody doing the damage, flying up, sky wheelie, planting right on the top of the pod. That is freestyle, ladies and gentlemen. And coming up next, let's hear it for Carson Williams, Thunderoris.
Let's make some noise for your apex predator, Carson Williams, Thunderoris. Scoring is now open at judgeszone.com. Oklahoma City, you know what to do. Get those scores locked in.
Carson Williams getting enough time to get his score, but leaving some time on the clock from that freestyle run. Not sure if there was an issue that caused him to decide to end early, but we'll see if it impacts the scoring. Carson Williams, let's hear it for him. Scores are locked. Score for Carson Williams, Thunderoris, is a 5.938. Carson Williams not able to get everything he wanted to out of that run, and you could see it in the look on the face afterwards. As we take a look back at the run, getting a lot of speed, getting a lot of velocity for Thunderoris in here during the run. Not enough to get the score he was looking for, though. But Oklahoma City, I need you to get loud and I need you to get crazy. It's time for Armando Castro in El Toro Loco.
Scoring is now open. Lock them in and give it up for Armando Castro in El Toro Loco. And I don't know about you, but I thought I heard something as he was driving around and taking a look. It made it look like there have been some axle issues, but Armando Castro continuing to fight through. That man has the heart of a lion. The scores are locked. Score to beat 9.532. Score for Armando Castro El Toro Loco is 8.612. Good enough to get that second place spot so far in the competition. As we take a look back here, you get that big sky going on in the pod there. Sky wheelie, and again, just throwing that truck around, but still able to control it and getting this little flare with the smoke out the snout. You love to see it, but this is what I'm loving, is that donut from El Toro Loco. But OKC, it's time for our final competitor. Make some noise, Blake Granger, Monster Mutt Dalmatian. Scoring is now open. Lock them in and give it up for Blake Granger, Monster Mutt Dalmatian. Blake Granger showing us why he is the reigning king of the freestyle. With that run, taking advantage of all the ramps, of all the dirt. Let's hear it for him. As he gives that puppy a pat on the head, waving to all you here in Oklahoma City. Feeling pretty good about that run, I think. Scores are locked. Score to beat is 9.532. The score for Blake Granger, Monster Mutt Dalmatian, is 9.246. That means your winner of Monster Jam Freestyle, Matt Cody in Gravedigger. He receives 8 more points, and your overall event champion, Matt Cody, I apologize, Monster Mutt Dalmatian, Blake Granger, 19 points overall. Taking home his second BKT overall event championship of the weekend. And you know, he came in with a fire in his eyes. I could tell we were going to see something special from Blake Granger tonight. And that is exactly what we saw as he gets another BKT overall event championship win. As we send things down to Karina Encarnacion to get a word.
Blake Granger taking the competition to the dog pound. What a way to snag another overall event championship, really extending that points lead because you're about to go overseas soon.
100%, man. We're having such a good time here in OKC. It's unfortunate it's over because I'm having a blast here. My first time in the Loud City. But you know, it's crazy in freestyle. Armando, Tim Hall, we all broke axles. But you know what? I just showed you how to drive with a broke axle. You don't let off the throttle and you burn that truck straight into the ground. All thanks to this guy right here. He works his butt off to keep that truck 100%. So I could come out here and tear it up for all you Monster Jam fans. But hey, did you guys have fun in Monster Jam? And I got one question for you. Where my dogs at? Ooh, ooh.
There you have them. Overall event champion, Blake Granger, Monster My Dalmatian. But we cannot leave OKC without talking to our freestyle winner, Matt Cody in Gravedigger. Matt Cody, that Morgan & Morgan backflip just keeps getting more and more amazing when you perform it. What goes through your mind when you're lining up to that backflip ramp?
Hey, not a whole lot, man. You come around, you get lined up, you're going to be straight, and just carry some momentum in there, and just hit the throttle and let the Monster Jam truck do the thing. Let the crowd roar. I knew Oklahoma City wanted to see a backflip, and that's what we were here to deliver. Big backflips, and then ending with some big sky wheelies, leaving some moon craters right here in the middle of the pod. So, man, I had fun. This is my second time coming back here. 2 years ago, we had a blast, and you guys did at the point right here in Loud City. So if you guys had fun at Monster Jam, let me hear you get loud one more time.
Oklahoma City, we had an incredible time here with Monster Jam, getting to be here in Loud City. You guys sure showed us just how loud you can get, and we appreciate it. We got to see Blake Granger get 2 BKT overall event championships, but guess what? The action continues. We are on our way to Wichita for events next weekend. You can check us streaming online on YouTube, or you can be in the arena when it happens. But for now, from all of us, from myself, from my co-host Karina Encarnacion, as well as all the drivers, we want to thank you for being with us. Thank you for getting loud, Oklahoma City. And thank you guys. You guys have a good time today? Well, we're going to continue to have a good time as we see you at the next Monster Jam.